started exercising already and I'm only 3 weeks postpartum, and I did a workout on the day that went into labor.
As we're taking a really pull the heels back, it's everything and you just hold.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm a personal trainer and I just recently had my little baby girl. She is here. She's 3 weeks old and I wanted to talk to you about my postpartum journey. And yes, I started exercising already and I'm only 3 weeks postpartum, and you might be like, whoa, aren't you meant to wait 6 weeks to go back to the gym? Yes, to go back to the gym, but there is other exercises you could be doing to start rebuilding connection and awareness back with your body, back with your core, your pelvic floor, to especially maintain some of that strength in these 6 weeks before I can lift weights again. I didn't just want to let my muscle tone go to waste completely. I was training up exactly to my due date. I did a workout on the day that I went into labor, and I don't just want to now sit here for 6 weeks, do nothing, and lose that muscle tone and some of that strength and connection with my body that I have worked so hard over the last 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. I've been consistently exercising in the gym now for 10 years. I've been a personal trainer for 10 years. Woo! I have been working with my physio and I've learned so much about the postpartum body, and I wanted to share it with you on this video. And I had a natural birth with a 2nd degree tearing, so I was quite sore after. And I did take just, the first few days of they were lying down in bed. It was hard to walk, it was hard to get up. And even for the first 2 weeks after giving birth to her, I could walk for max 20 minutes before feeling fatigued or feeling strained in my pelvic floor and needing a rest. It's getting much better now. I can walk for much longer. I got checked. My abdominals are coming back really well. I don't have any separation and my stitches are healing really, really well. The inflammation has gone way down. It's amazing how much the body can heal in just 3 weeks. My physio talked me through some of the things I can get started back with. But what I first started with about a week after giving birth was just breathing. I was just breathing. I would lay down and I only, did this a few times a week, and I would just breathe. I'd breathe in, feel my belly extend, and then I'd breathe out and let my body sink down into the ground. I'd breathe in and out. And I would just do this deep breathing, connecting with my core and my abdominal muscles again. And then I would do little pelvic floor tightens. So I'd squeeze my pelvic floor, squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Just to start getting my pelvic floor to strengthen and tighten again. I had to practice a lot of lengthening and relaxing of my pelvic floor in pregnancy because I had quite a strong, firm pelvic floor, which could have created problems in my birth because I wanted an unmedicated vaginal birth. So that's why I originally saw the physio that I'm seeing. She specializes in this, and she did an internal examination and actually showed me how to release and relax my pelvic floor, which was amazing. And then I used those techniques actually when I was in labor pushing. I used those same pelvic floor relaxation exercises to help push her out in a really safe way, using my breath and visualizing the muscles releasing rather than a forceful push. And now on the flip side, it's about tightening the pelvic floor. Now I'm training for different reasons. It's so funny. I've trained for the last 9 months to get her out and I did so much around my internal and my external rotation of my hips, and so much around lunges and mobility and stretching. I had done so much mobility and stretching in the last 9 months that I don't think I'd ever done before. Now it's totally different goals. It's changed like a flick of a switch. Now my goal was about reconnecting with everything, strengthening back up my core and pelvic floor, so that when I can get back in the gym at 6 weeks time, I have the foundations built from this work I've been doing now, and that I can start lifting some moderate weights again, eventually get me back to where I was lifting originally with my squats, deadlifts and everything like that, because I love being strong and fit. And that's the type of mum I want to be. And I want to lead a healthy lifestyle to inspire my whole family, to inspire my clients and everyone that watches my videos, because exercise has so many benefits. Yes, obviously the weight loss, the energy, but there's so many fringe benefits that flow on from that, like mental health, the fact that I'll have a routine, it gets me out of the house, which keeps me healthier for her and my husband and our relationship. And there's so many flow-on effects that just the one decision to exercise a minimum of 3 times a week, it doesn't have to be massive, it doesn't have to be every day. Even just to walk for 30 minutes a day is a great goal to have. But if you're wanting to get into the gym or do some home workouts, 3 times a week for 45 minutes is probably all you need, if you're combining that with healthy eating as well, to achieve any goal that you have. And I know that sounds simple, because it is. Actually, achieving a fitness goal is a whole lot more simple than you probably think it is. And that's why if you can get paired with a coach like myself, an accountability coach that will write your programs for you and write your plans, your meal plans for you, and then check in with you every week, have video calls with you every fortnight to make sure you're following it, so that we can overcome plateaus, problems, challenges, mindset blocks, because I'm also a mindset coach and a counselor. Dive right deep in our accountability coaching sessions. It's a whole lot more simple than you think it is. So I want to run you through some of the exercises that I've started doing now, 3 weeks postpartum.
So one of the first ones I'm doing, I'm practicing like a pelvic curls. We engage our lower abs and tuck the pelvis under, and that it gets everything engaged, your lower back's pressing into the ground. And then from there, we take that in to a toe tap. So I'm just doing one side at a time, and nothing that strains my abdominals too much while I'm building this back up. But I'm keeping a really good connection to the core, that pelvic tilt going, and I'm doing 12 per side, and then I switch legs. I'm going to do some 100s. So I'm going to curl up, brace everything nice, that pelvic tilt is still there, and not too much straining on my stomach. And then I'm coming into pulses of 100 pulses with my arms. My eyesight looks straight through my knees so that my neck doesn't curl too much. Glute bridge, heels hip width apart, and we're going to keep the knees like in line with those hips, not letting them come too far out. We're going to keep them in so that we start engaging the adductors and also the glutes. And then we're just, again, pelvic tilt, and then squeeze the butt, lifting up. We don't have to get too high, and then coming down. Squeezing the glutes.
My physio recommended using something like a towel or a ball between the legs, like a small ball, but I didn't have that at home, so I'm just using a pillow because that'll engage the inner thigh muscles more.
So I'm going to squeeze the pillow, and as I lift up and down. And another thing that we can do then, we can do some lifts, we can hold. Now as we hold, we want to keep the glutes obviously squeezed together, but then you want to pull your heels towards, like visually pull the heels back towards your body. And that engages so many more muscles. I have so many more muscles activated right now, and that actually makes the exercise so much harder, even though there's no weights involved and it's a low intensity exercise. But just engaging everything properly makes all those muscle fibers recruit and work harder. From that bridge position now, when we're holding that, we can also add some arms in. Have the arms go overhead and then back up. Now what you want to do is not let anything else move as we're taking our arms up and over. You could even add some weights in here, some dumbbells, and you have dumbbells in your hands and do the same thing. And also dumbbells in your hands and do a floor press. You're getting more muscles working at the one time, which I always love being efficient with my exercise time as well.
Next ones is some 4-point kneeling. So having our wrists under our shoulders, knees under hips, and doing some exercise from here. So without the body moving from side to side, you can move one arm at a time or one leg at a time. As long as your body doesn't shift or move from one side to the other, or maybe you keep it low and you actually don't take the leg far off the ground, you just more slide the hand or slide the leg out like that. That's going to keep that core. You can also do cat-cow, so engage, pull the rib cage towards the hips, and then lengthen. And what you want to do is lengthen the stomach and really open up the chest. It's not about looking high to the sky. It's about getting all these muscles lengthened, coming all the way in and then all the way out and lengthening. Oh, and that's such a big stretch for me. It's such a big stretch, even though it looks like such a small movement. From here is coming into a little tricep press, down and up. And I'm really liking that. I'm really liking getting my upper body moving for breastfeeding, picking up a baby. Your upper body strength is so key to keep good posture and just to make your everyday life easier. And the last lot I'll show you today is some side plank ones. Now, depending on your strength here, even just straightening up, lifting everything and holding everything here, that may be enough for your core right now without even lifting up into your knees. So if you are going to do that, plant your bottom foot down flat, and then we can lift up from here and engage everything, and you just hold. That may be hard enough on the ground without lifting this hip first, right? Build yourself up slowly. Don't expect yourself to be right back where you were. You need to allow yourself rest because our muscles still right now are laying down so much of that restorative muscle tissue. We don't want to push ourselves too much and then take our healing back a week or two. We definitely don't want to take ourselves backwards here. This is about moving, connection with the body, keeping some of those foundations there. It's for your mental health and your routine. It's not about getting you immediately back to where you were. Other ones I love, again, opening up, keeping that core strong here, and just some clams. You know, usually I do this with a booty band, but probably you're gonna find without a booty band is gonna be hard enough. And it's not about getting too high. It's just about engaging that glute here, and then obviously we'd flip around and do the same on the other side for these exercises. My main piece of advice for anyone going through postpartum is like lower your expectations. Like if something doesn't get done today, it can probably get done tomorrow, and is forcing me to be so much more in the moment with her and enjoy all the little moments. So if you don't get to your workout today, do it tomorrow. Like if you're spending time with her and being with her because she needs that, that's what's most important right now. So I'm really learning to let go of my expectations of myself, let go of what weights I used to be lifting or how far I used to be able to run. I will get back to those eventually, but I'm going to take my time with it.